Welcome to the Color of Influence podcast, where you will hear conversations from influential people of color from around the world, from social media, and right here in your communities. These behind-the-scenes conversations will motivate you, inspire you, and encourage you. I am your host, Aisha Morgan, and let's meet today's guest. Today's episode is going to be a quick check-in to let you guys know what has been going on with me. I'm going to talk a little bit about where the podcast is going from here and our upcoming guest. If you haven't already, head back and check out episode 19. That will give you a little bit more context about what I'll be talking about today. So pause this episode, go back, check out episode 19, and then come back and hit play. So here is my update on what's been going on with me. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. If you are new, welcome. Make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe, do all the things, comment, give us some tags and shout outs on your social media. Spread the word about the podcast. But if you guys remember in episode 19, I told you about my breast cancer diagnosis. Unfortunately, I still am not finished with my blog. To be honest with y'all, I'm not really sure how I want to put it together. It's very personal, lots of personal just rants and thoughts and feelings that I shared in a lot of these videos that I was recording myself, alone in my thoughts. And so I do want to post it with care and figure out the best way to get that information out to you. I do think it is informative. There's a lot of things that people just don't understand, that I did not understand, that I just was not aware of in regards to, testing and the chemo. So I am going to work on it probably in the next couple of weeks. Not sure if I want to do like a weekly thing or if I want to just do like a full-fledged, 15-minute or so documentary. I'm not really sure. One thing I do know is that I was extremely fatigued mentally, physically, and emotionally going through chemo. After stopping chemo a month ago, I just feel more energized. I can think, I can process. So that's definitely one of the biggest side effects that I know that I had was just the fatigue, both mental, physical, and emotional. So I'm happy to be finished with my chemo. But today, because it is Tuesday that I'm recording this, I will be having surgery, double mastectomy with reconstruction. I'm a little bit anxious about it, not exactly, I don't want to say that I'm not comfortable because I'm comfortable with my doctors. This is the first time I've ever had serious surgery outside of like dental things. So I'm a little anxious about it. I know God's got me, he's got me through all of what I've been through the past couple of months, actually through my whole life. So I know he's not gonna, abandon me now. So, but it doesn't mean that my anxiety is not present, because it is. I mean, it's just something different. I felt the same way when I started chemo. You just don't know what to expect. So, but so in preparation for my surgery tomorrow, we actually sent Kingsley to stay with my mom. So she's living her best life in Virginia. This is the longest that we have all been apart longest she's been apart from myself, longest she's been apart from Jamel, and the longest that she's been with my mom, my sister, and my nephew. So they are enjoying her. She is enjoying them. And it just warms my heart to know that she's good. I mean, we FaceTime every day. Some days she's already asleep. So I don't get to FaceTime her, but I know she's in good hands and she's enjoying herself. So yeah, surgery tomorrow. I don't know. It's a lot. To celebrate, though, my last day before surgery, Jamel and I did go see Alicia Keys. It was a great time, great concert. Smart Financial, if you're in the Houston area, it's a great arena to go to see concerts because there really isn't a bad seat. It's not a really big theater. So, you feel pretty up close and personal no matter where you're sitting. I, had a lot to think about. So I kind of felt like a nice little break before surgery tomorrow would be nice. So we went and hung out with Alicia Keys and it was fun. Another thing, y'all, my therapist left her practice. It wasn't her practice. She left her therapy group, whatever you want to call it. She doesn't work at the same place anymore. So I didn't really know this because I guess she couldn't just outright say, like, I'm not coming back, whatever. But she was like dropping hints. And then throughout our last session, she would kind of make comments every once in a while, like, I can't make you search me on the internet or something, like very odd that I was not picking up on. Again, I had chemo brain, so my processing was a little slow. I was not picking up what she was putting down until way later. And when we ended the session, I was kind of taken aback because we did not set up the next session. And then I'm not even gonna lie, like a couple hours later, I realized that she was trying to tell me she was not coming back, but that I could find her online if I wanted to continue our treatment. So I did look her up, called the new place where she works, and she does not accept my insurance. She doesn't accept my insurance. So I asked the receptionist, I'm like, okay, that's fine. What is the out-of-pocket cost? So normally with my insurance, I pay $25 a session. It's an hour and a half sessions usually. No, like an hour and 15 minutes or something. Hour, something like that. It's not an hour and 30 minutes, like an hour. So $25 for an hour. And because she doesn't accept my insurance, it would cost me $175 per session because she doesn't take my insurance. So I was like, okay, I will call back because that is a big difference. And I usually see her twice a month. So that definitely is more than $50 a month for therapy. That happened in August. Yeah, it happened in August. And I kind of have been mourning my relationship with my therapist, grieving, mourning, whatever you want to call it. And I haven't even tried to look for another therapist because she was such a big part of my treatment. Just going to see her every 2 weeks. We met virtually, and I actually did meet her face to face over spring break, or over 4th of July. But yeah, like she gave me so many strategies, so many different, you know, realizations throughout our sessions about my treatment, about my diagnosis. Um, just very relatable. She was very professional. Um, we were both the same age. However, I didn't feel like I was talking to a friend. She was very professional. And, you know, just looking back, like our last couple of treatments, our last couple of sessions, you know, she told me she was proud of me about how far I had come in therapy, you know, how I was just moving along with my treatment, still going to work, still being mom, still being partner to Jamel, still being friends, still, you know, still living my life and going through this treatment, which was really, really, really tough on my body. And, you know, when I look back, like, I don't even know how I did it, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, there'll be days that I just was going through the motions. I was so exhausted. I was so mentally just spent. Um, Focus was just not even in non-existent. And I somehow would go to work, I would do my job, I would come home, play with Kingsley, you know, try to spend some time with Jamel and be knocked out for the rest of the night. I don't know how I did it. You know, like I said, you know, God is good. Because just thinking about how fatigued I was during those months, um, blessed. You see that back there? Blessed. Read that. Blessed. If you are on YouTube, um, every day I'm blessed. Um, and you know, for a while, my mom was here during my last two treatments, which was amazing. Just for her to be here helping me with Kingsley, just her presence. I mean, everybody wants their mom when they don't feel good. Um, and we literally didn't really do much. We watched lots of British TV and some reality shows and, you know, in between my sleeps. But yeah, it was just really nice to have her here. Um, she's been such a great support. You know, there have been times when, you know, when things were first happening, I remember calling her early in the morning, like bawling because I didn't feel like there was a reason for me to work out. Like, why am I working out? You know, I was definitely going through the stages of grief, you know, mourning, you know, grieving the life that I had before being diagnosed. But you know, my mom's been amazing. I appreciate her more than she probably even knows. And yeah, I mean, just her having Kingsley right now has been great for me. Not having to worry about Kings, knowing she's in good hands and she's having fun and living it up. So thank you, Mom. Like, I really, really, really appreciate you um, more than you know. And, you know, through my therapy, I feel like Jamel and I got through some bumps and bruises of our communication that was not that great at the beginning of everything that was happening. You know, through my sessions with her, um, you know, I was able to have uncomfortable conversations with him, and we got through a lot of things that we needed to get through. He's been super supportive, y'all. I mean, just he's been great. I mean, this is a tough position for a partner to be in. Um, you feel helpless because there's nothing you can do really to help your partner. Um, you know, you want to live your life, but then you feel bad because the other person can't really do what they want to do. But today on our way to the concert, I just had asked him some questions previously about how he felt as I was going through my chemo, and if he thought about leaving. And because it was a lot, I mean, I'm not the same person. I was definitely not the person he met or the person he, was a parent with during my chemo. I was kind of not really present at all because I was so tired. I would just sleep. I would work, I would sleep. I would work, I would sleep. And so I asked, if he thought about it leaving, and, because it was just a lot. And he said, no, like, I'm riding with you regardless of what you're going through. We are in this together. And y'all, that just meant so much. He's been a great supporter of mine. Just like my mom, just like my sister. They've been amazing. Like, to be honest with you, I couldn't imagine being someone who is not close to my family, is doesn't have friends or a support system. Going through this, like, this was hard. It is hard still because I'm not out of it all the way, but man, that chemo was tough. But like I said, Jamel was amazing. My mom was amazing. My sister was amazing. All of my family, my cousins who would just call and check on me or text me and check on me. My aunts, and my family's been great. They've been absolutely integral in me getting through all of this. Just providing support, encouragement, prayers. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better support system. My friends have been super amazing. They have come with me to my treatments and sat with me, and they have sent me things, very random things sometimes. Sent me gift cards so that I could order DoorDash or whatever. Encouraging cups, that socks, masks, blankets, pillows. I mean, you name it, people have sent it to me, and it has meant so much to me. Cards that I've received, um, you know, it's I couldn't ask for a better support system. Like I said, my family has been great, my friends have been great, and my coworkers have been great. Not too many people I have actually told about my diagnosis. Some people, I mean, you can kind of tell something's going on when you look at me. The person who had a full head of hair and previously had eyebrows and now does not. So, I mean, they can, other people can make their own assumptions of what's going on. But the people that I actually talked to and have told, they've been so supportive, checking in on me all the time. And, just making sure that I'm okay, making sure that I don't need their assistance with anything at work, and have been wonderful. I couldn't ask for better coworkers. I couldn't ask for better friends. And I thank the Lord for my family because they have been so great. Um, Again, I couldn't imagine going through all of this and not having the support of my family and my friends. Um, I send an extra prayer to anyone who's in a situation where they have to do this alone for one reason or another, um, because it is tough. Um, so I know that my doctors are amazing and I am putting my life in their hands. And, I know that God is going to be in that operating room tomorrow and it's going to guide them to perfection and get me through whatever procedures are going to be done, and that I'm going to come out on the other side and be fine, 100%. Um, you know, I'm ready for this to be over. This has been mentally really tough. I think you guys know that I'm a pretty healthy person in general. Don't do anything in excess. Worked out all the time before my diagnosis. And to be honest with you, you know, everybody's thought is you're so healthy. And to be honest, like that is a hard pill to swallow when people say to you, like, I can't believe that you got cancer and you're so healthy and you work out and you watch what you eat. And whew, I know what they're saying, but at the same time, I've already thought it, I've already felt it, I've already, been there. And it's been tough. It is tough. It is tough to try and live your life in a way of where you are being cautious about what you eat and what you do and working out and doing all these things. And then, you still get sick. And it happens to people all the time. Some things are just out of your control. Um, I don't think about why I got cancer. I don't think about how I got cancer. I don't think about products that I used to use. I don't think about food that I used to eat. I don't think about things that I used to drink. I don't think about any of that because what happened in the past is in the past. I miss working out. I really do miss working out. I missed having the energy to meditate and do yoga and work out and to walk and to just do my normal morning workouts. I missed it these past couple months. And just because I did all those things and I still got sick, I'm still going to do those things after. My doctors have reiterated to me lots of times the reason why I was able to get through what I've been getting through and working and still going to chemo and pushing through is because of how I lived my life before I was diagnosed. Some things are just out of your control, but because I did take care of myself before I was diagnosed, the treatments didn't affect me as harshly as they could have. My oncologist, every appointment said to me, like, you don't have any of this. You don't feel any of that. You're doing this, you're doing that. Okay. I don't know how you're working and still going through your treatments, but make sure you're listening to your body and not overexerting yourself. And I wasn't. I was just tired after. So for all of you who think that it doesn't matter how you take care of yourself. It does. And I am going to go right back to being, active, watching what I eat. Before all of this, you guys probably know that I was vegan, vegetarian, vegan, whatever, pescatarian. Before my diagnosis, I was vegan. And am I going to go back to being vegan? I don't know. Right now, I would consider myself to be an eater. That's it. Like when I was in treatment, I ate what I could eat. Some of that was meat. Some of that was, healthier stuff like fruits and vegetables. But there were times during my treatment where just the thought of eating vegetables and fruit was making me nauseous. And so I ate what I could eat. But going forward, my goal is to go back to being a healthy eater, period. Am I going to be eating meat? That is not my goal. My goal is not to eat meat. Occasionally, I would eat fish before or any seafood before my diagnosis. And that's probably what I'm going to go back to. So probably about 80% vegan and then 20%, flexitarian because I'm going to eat whatever I want at some point. But no, I mean, I want to get back to the point where I'm not eating chicken or any kind of meat. I don't eat red meat right now, but I did eat some red meat during my treatment. I did eat some pork during my treatment, fish, all seafood, pork, and I think that's all the meats, turkey. And then as I've been getting out of treatment, my old body has returned, and there are some things that I ate during treatment that I cannot eat right now. And my body's like, hold up, we're back. Like, put that down. We don't eat that. So I'm just listening to my body right now and, not eating things that didn't bother me during my treatment. So, but, say a prayer for me. I will obviously give y'all updates after my treatment. But I mean, after my surgery, sorry. So yeah, what is to come for the podcast now? So now that I have energy to actually do things, there's a lot that I want to do. This platform has introduced me to some amazing people. I've developed some great relationships with people after interviewing them. My guests are all amazing. So much so that I have a couple of follow-ups with some of my guests that were previously on the podcast who are doing so great that they want to come back and tell you guys all about it, which I love. One is a second book. One is new partnerships. One is new branding. So lots of follow-ups to what our guests were doing previously. And then I also have some great things in store for y'all for the next couple of weeks. We have a doctor that's going to be on. We have an entrepreneur and a side hustler. And all of their stories are amazing. All of the information, the interview with the doctor, very informative about abortion rights and what that means for women. It was really important for me to do that episode because I feel like sometimes we are misinformed because what is being put out there is not information from actual doctors. It's from politicians. And we already know they can't be trusted. So it was really important for me to get that interview done. just to get that information out there to all of us. So I would love to go to some conferences this year and meet some other podcasters, meet other entrepreneurs, just women of color who are in leadership roles. I will have some other podcasters on the podcast to talk about their podcasts and talk about some other things that's going on in their lives as well. So lots of good things in store. If there are guests, as always, that you guys would love for me to interview, I am here. Shoot me an email. You can message me on all social media platforms. I respond. I'm available. So yeah, send me anyone your way that comes across you. Send anyone my way that you come across. But yes. So again, thank you all so much for supporting the podcast. This is a fun and entertaining and educational platform for me. I love learning things from my guests. I love getting the emails and the messages from all of you about the episodes, seeing your comments, and the post likes, and seeing my website, visits go up every time an episode comes out, and then just watching YouTube as you guys are watching these episodes, seeing those views go up. It's been great as well. So continue to support the podcast. Support us on YouTube, just like you do on all streaming platforms. Sometimes the videos are a lot more entertaining than just the audio. So head over to YouTube and check us out. So in the meantime, be prepared for a new episode next week and the following week and the week after. Some great things in store, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it. So until next time, y'all, say a prayer for me as I head into surgery in the morning, and peace out. Thank you again for your support.
And that's a wrap on another amazing episode. I know that you were just as inspired as I was after listening to that conversation. And to let us know how we're doing, don't forget to leave us a review, like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. You can also follow us on all social media platforms, from YouTube to Facebook, at The Color of Influence, and on Instagram, the_color_of_influence. You can check out all of our episodes and additional content on our website, thecolorofinfluence.com, and that's an N only for influence. And don't forget to share the podcast with someone you know, and have them share the podcast with someone they know. Thank you all for listening. Until next time, peace out.